Welcome, everyone. This is Jim Spohrer with ISSIP, the International Society of Service Innovation Professionals. And today we have Vaishali Main, my co-host for these quarterly welcomes. And we've been doing these, Vaishali, since 2024, together every quarter, every 3 months, 4 times a year. And today we're going to get better introduced to Dritan Sahiti from Europe, I'll just say.
Kosovo, Albania. Yeah, Kosovo.
And you can,
Kosovo, Albania, Austria.
yeah, great. And Turan, I'm going to let you introduce yourself as well later. And I just want to give some context for the people who are watching this video that, again, we have been co-hosting these since 2024, and it's an opportunity for friendly opportunity for people to just feel free to share who they are, where you're from, some fun fact about you if you'd like to share that. Uh, why did you join? What are your goals? What are your interests? So it's just a friendly opportunity for us to get to know members of the community and have another time to talk in person to people online. And the fun fact that I like to share about Vaishali and myself is I'm Jim Spohrer and I'm in California. I helped found ISSIP in 2012, which when I was still at IBM. I'm a retired IBMer. And the fun fact about Vaishali and I is we both have books, and I encourage you to think about a book that you might want to have. I know, Dritan, we've already talked about this, so you're thinking about that. But my book is Service in the AI Era with my co-authors, and Vaishali's book was The Power of Community, Give, Get, and Grow. And ISSIP has these great book series. So without further ado, since I know Dritan and Turan, you both watched the material, so you kind of know a little bit about Vaishali and myself. I think we should get introduced to you, and I'm actually going to start with Turan to go first. So let me stop the share so we can say hi to you. And please feel free to introduce yourself, Turan, and thank you for joining us today.
Um, Thank you that you gave me this today chance to participate with you. Also, it's a great chance for me, great opportunity for me to learn, to get new acquaintances like you. Also, be benefit from your knowledge. It's a great chance for me, and I truly appreciate it. So I want to introduce myself. My name is Turan Jafarzadeh, İlgar kızı Jafarzadeh. Yeah, I'm from Baku, Azerbaijan. I'm a scientific researcher and is working now lecturer in the Azerbaijan University of Languages Information Technologies Department. And now actively was searching about the application of artificial intelligence to different fields, and especially my research field is the decentralized artificial intelligence, which we now getting more involved the implementation of this decentralized AI in cloud computing, edge computing, and even make some new scientific changes. Also got that implementations to blockchain, that moving from internet 2 to internet 3, that decentralization comes to. And much of us, more or less today, we can see some about that cryptocurrencies, Web3, decentralization. So new stage, the next stage of the internet of our life, more or less will be related to this. That's why, and I chose this field for research field, that how will be using AI in decentralized environments. So also there will be new challenges, security challenges. If the AI is one of the most powerful, how to say, if we use in good purposes, so it can be used for the humanities, it's a benefit to you. If as a from which intention can be beat, if it would bad, so it can be changed into weapon. That's why for here the process when it's going to further, security challenges also arises. And that's why now my research field about that decentralized AI and its application in edge computing, the next stage of Web3, the new internet era.
Very nice. Very good. So you're in Azerbaijan,
Yeah,
and you're a lecturer in studying distributed computing. Um,
yeah.
we have one new guest I've got to admit in a minute, so let me go ahead and do that. But a couple questions. So how did you find out about ISSIP, the International Society of Service Innovation Professionals? Just curious.
Okay, I'm actively now also researching, and I have my great colleagues from LinkedIn, too much people. They also advised me that ISSIP organization exists and it's somehow related to your research, and you can even get too much professionals from there. You can communicate with them, and I think that it's a great chance for me.
Yeah.
That's why, yeah, not to use. That's why I'm here, and I'm thankful all of you that get me this chance.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. And so it sounds like growing your network, finding
Yeah,
more colleagues around the world who are
yeah,
interested in your topics. Very,
yeah.
very good. That's great. Let me see if Vaishali has any questions. Uh, I see her. She's been sending nice thumbs up. So thank you for
Ah,
doing
that's
that.
interesting, Turan. We are welcome to the group, part of what we are doing. And it's very interesting to see that AI is still early stage. It's still, not fully developed like other fields like cloud computing and all other things. But you're getting into decentralizing, and that's such an interesting topic. So looking forward to what you're doing, and we'll be excited to see, if you have any publications or other things that's
Yeah.
related to ISIP. More than happy to welcome you here. Very nice meeting you.
I-
Yeah.
Thank you, Michele. I'm so grateful to you.
Sure.
Thank you.
We'll post our LinkedIn profiles on the chat, and then you can connect from there. So as we,
Yes, sure. To connect with you.
That's
that's
what
all,
I was
Jim, that
just
I
going to
had. I
say.
wanted to go
Thank
ahead
you.
and thank
Thank,
her for the kind of research that's so niche and that's so exciting.
thank you, Michelle. Yes, I'm also very enthusiastic for in researching. Also, when every time interacting with the professionals like you, every time I can see from the different angle of my research topic that, oh, you see, he mentioned some point that which I even couldn't take into consider. So began do my research in this direction to what can be do, and going further. It's interesting for me, for myself too, doing this research.
That's
And
nice.
thank
And other than the technology and research stuff, is there any other fun fact you would want to share which we'll remember? It's easy to remember fun facts.
The fun facts about now I'm here. I can say that I came with such responsibility, with such strictness that I even can't think too much fun facts. But by the way, if I can somehow remember, okay, I will share my facts, my remembrance, or my memoirs with my friends, which I get that
That's
in
fine.
research.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you, Risha.
Over to
Thank you.
you, Jim. Yeah.
Great,
Mhm.
great. All right. So, Dritten, let's have you introduce yourself, and I'm glad you prepared a slide so you can introduce yourself. ND,
Can you
we
share
don't
it?
see. Hello?
Hello, good morning. Yeah, hi. From wherever you're joining, my name is Nikunj Doshi. That's my just initials, which I've used sometimes in a Zoom.
Okay. Okay, great. So you can prepare to introduce yourself, and we're just getting introduced. We're going around introducing ourselves. I'm going to admit it looks like Sarah Inam is coming in as well. Um, but we're going to put our LinkedIn URLs into the chat so that people can send connection requests to each other.
Yeah.
And I'll send that around for people. It looks like another person is joining as well, so I'm going to admit them.
So,
But
Jim, I can go and keep admitting them and you can continue with the flow. I can admit
thank
them,
you.
but I don't want you
Thank
to be
you.
interrupted by those. Yeah.
So Dritten, please introduce yourself.
I'm Jim do you want to share that slide that I send you, or should I share it from here if I can?
If you can share it, I think that would help people.
Yeah, just to find it first. Just a second.
Yeah, and since we've had some new folks join, you might want to just say your name, and I'm gonna start putting my LinkedIn and stuff into the chat so people have that. And anytime somebody new joins, you have to put it in the chat again, by the way.
I'm just looking to share the screen, the document. I just send it to you, if you can do it.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
yeah.
Here it is. Okay, let's see if is it okay now?
Let's see. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe go into full screen and it'll be better. It's in
full screen. Show meeting. Still to adapt layout.
So Drayton, we definitely see it. And if you want to just introduce yourself, that would be great.
Yeah, okay. My name is Drayton Sahiti. I come from Kosovo. I spent some years in Vienna studying after a war that we had in 90s here. So we had to escape from here somehow. And then went to Vienna, lived. I put here some in my journey as well. In Vienna, I started studying. After I have started studying here in Kosovo in electrotechnic, I changed completely in Vienna to the new field, economics and informatics. And in 90s, I worked as a student. I had to work to keep myself and my family. Also in Kosovo, I started working in Vienna tourism's industry or concerts. If you have ever been to Vienna, maybe you saw this famous classical concert, Strauss, Mozart, and all that. And so we were dressed like Strauss on the street, selling tickets. In evening, the same guest who bought tickets from us, we were waiting for them. So I was kind of early starting doing experiences and doing with experiences. And as a child and a youth, I was doing whatever was in the school with parties and organizing tournaments, concerts, whatever was somehow I was involved. When I came back after the war in Kosovo, I decided to come back. So I started doing some events like parties, concerts, bringing some stars from outside. And I was a manager for a long time for most famous concert, for most famous singers in Kosovo. That's what I did until 2005, until I met, in 2005, I started my MBA in University of Sheffield in Greece, where I met Kim Cassidy, my supervisor. Maybe, Jim, you remember her, Kim Cassidy Harris. And that was let's say, my turning moment, because she had something in her hand. She had the article, and I was talking to her because, if you know, Jim, she's quite famous for service marketing as a theater perspective. And while she was lecturing, I said, but that's what I do all my life, making events, stage, and all that. And I was talking to her. She agreed to be my supervisor, and then she had article in her hand, and she said, read this. And it was Service Dominant Logic, the first article. So because it just came out 2004, 2005, and then I took that, and that's where we are now because of that article. So then she introduced me. We had Service conference in 2008. Prior that we met, Jim, in 2010 in Portugal. She said, if you can make it there, it will be good. I was still an MBA student. And then I did my MBA on experience with Vienna concert industry. And then I never thought I will do PhD, to be honest. If you would tell me you will do PhD, I would declare you probably crazy. Me and PhD has nothing to do. I'm practical guy. I want to do, and then searching and doing all these conferences, I said, okay, let's try do a framework. Why not? Let's apply for a PhD. And I got motivated, especially because I sent my proposal to some uh, to some authors, academics that I was citing them on my MBA, especially Maurice Holbrook and some others. And when I got a very positive response, I was kind of, okay, that's not so bad what I'm thinking of. And then after being admitted to some UK universities, and I decided to do just in UK. I decided for Glasgow University. I was working in the same time, doing part time, doing different things, and then here we are. Did the PhD on that same framework that I apply, but that was, let's say, maybe 2D, two-dimensional or one dimensional. Now I am at the same framework with 7, 8D, much deeper, much completely different. Service science and how I'm connected in 2010. Jim, you met many people there, and it's difficult for you to remember each of them, but we remember you because it's for us also experience where we met people like you, academics that we cite, that we look at. And I remember you talked to me, you talked about service science. I approached you and I said it would be interesting to do a service science in Kosovo because I saw service science same as computer science will see someone in 70s or and I came back at home. I was for 20 years telecom of Kosovo marketing manager, and I called a good friend of mine who was lecturing, and I said, look, it's a good chance for us to start a service science. That was 2010 November or maybe 11 in the beginning,
Yeah.
and he didn't understand what I'm speaking. He and I took this handbook. I think a lot of articles I still have somewhere printed. I said, but this is coming. This is new. It's good for us. Of course, it didn't work. And I met him after some time. He said, "No, everywhere I go, people talk about this."
So Dritten, we're
Yeah.
gonna try to do our short introductions, just two
Okay,
minutes.
okay.
So
So, fun fact. I love soccer. Following on the right side, World Cup. I follow the NBA. Luka
yeah,
Doncic, LA. He's from Slovenia, not far from here, but we have the same philosophy in
yeah.
terms of Balkans. I love cheese, whatever with cheese, cheesecake, cheese, quattro formaggi, pizza, cheese, and I I'm with my son last 10 years, who is a I don't know if it's called professional, but now high level athletes in world ranking. So
That's
I
good.
don't know is it fan, but that's my other part of life.
It's good.
So,
Very good. Thank you, Drayton.
and for more details in this presentation, I try to do it.
Right. And
Lecturing, training, consulting.
yep. I'll include this slide you've got in the final slides that get distributed to everybody. So you're good. And I
I
also
tried to summarize in one infographic, so
very good. And I also put a link to a YouTube of you talking about your work and use cases and everything like that in the chat, as well as a link to service dominant logic.
thank
So
you.
thank you,
Thank you.
Dritten, very much.
Thank you, Jim, not just for this meeting, but for everything until now. Even if I would not meet you, thank you through your articles and impact that they had on my academic life and probably also in my other normal life. So I now my lenses are through service science.
Thank you, Dritten, and it's a pleasure to encourage you and
Thank you.
doing
Thank you.
great work. I want to go now to
So now I should stop share this, yeah?
yeah, that would be great. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, is it Nikun? Nikun, I think it's your turn to introduce yourself if you would like to. Um, you're I see you there, but I don't hear you. And if I think there was one other person who put their um, material in. Um, let's see, Vaishali, we had,
Yeah,
yeah, Doshi.
yeah, Nikunj Doshi. Hello. Hey,
Hi.
good morning, everyone. Yeah.
Nice to meet
My
you.
name is Nikunj Doshi, and I'm currently situated in Boston, Massachusetts. And I had the privilege of working for various tech companies like Atos, Intel, Red Hat, and IBM as well. So in the past few years, like I have got to work on different aspects of the technology. I have worked on the cloud computing, software engineering, distributed systems, middleware, hardware ecosystems, as well as like nowadays I'm like getting myself acquainted with AI as well. As the world is evolving, and AI is like taking over a lot of things in our day-to-day lifestyle, especially in that field of technology. I am keeping myself abreast of all those AI related things and trying to get myself skilled, certified in AI related technologies as well. Yeah, professionally, I have worked on cloud computing, mainframe, etc. Those were like some of the things which I have done. Apart from that, like personally, I like to enjoy different things like meeting new people. Also trying to get myself involved in couple of things with respect to technology. So I have like been ambassador for various tech companies and some tech conferences. I love to host some of the conferences as well nowadays. Yeah, so those are like some of the things apart from technology. And outside of technology, I am a big sports fan. So yeah, I've also been following soccer, and I've been always watching games like NBA, then soccer, cricket, NFL, etc.
Great, great. So, how did you find out about ISSIP, the International Society of Service Innovation? Did a friend tell you, or how did you find out?
So I was actually in the space of like working with some of the professional collaborators, and like I have been part of various tech societies like IEEE, IST, etc. And that's where I came across the ISIAP, and it piqued my interest because this particular society is not just focus on the like hardcore technology side of things, but at the same time it like also focuses on professional well-being as well. So that's what like it piques my interest, and I thought like this would be a perfect opportunity to interact with like-minded professionals, get to expand my network and collaborate with professionals in the future as well.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, we're much, much smaller than IEEE and much, much newer, but IEEE is like the big professional association, and we do have members, Naikun, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, um, from not just technology oriented like IEEE, but we also have members from various business. We believe in innovation isn't just technological innovation, there's business model innovation. So we have a lot of American Marketing Association has a service group, operations management, a lot of things in the business side. But we also have the social sciences. We have anthropologists and many others who've been studying the ethical consequences of technology. So as you grow your network inside of ISIP, you'll find yourself connected to people with, from around the world in different countries, different universities with many different professions, but all unified around our interest in service systems and service system innovations. Thank you. Yeah, and please feel free, Turan and Naikun, to send Vaishali and I a connection request on LinkedIn,
Yeah,
and we'll be happy to connect with you. And we can also
sure.
invite you both, and I think Drayton, you're already a member of this because you've been working with us for, quite a while now,
Mhm.
at least me, but and others in the community, the broader community. Yeah, we do have an ISIP LinkedIn discussion group where you can post things like
Mhm.
if you go to a conference and you do a presentation, you could post there, and Tarun, the same for you.
Yeah.
So when you do professional activities, it's on LinkedIn, but it's kind of a private discussion group of people in our community, and so it's a way of growing your network and sharing what you're doing.
Mhm.
And at this stage of the, I think we've all done our short introductions. So usually what Vaishali and I do at this stage is see if anybody has any questions for each other or about ISIP. How to get more involved in ISIP is a common question because just for example, at the beginning in the prep material, we talked about we have book series. So if you're working on a book and you want some folks in our community to read it or help you with that, we can do that. We have conferences that we sponsor. So there's a conference coming up in Turkey that's at the end of this month in July, where a lot of ISIP leaders are going to be there. I won't be there in person, but I'll be online. That's the AHFE Human Factors and Ergonomics Conference, and we have a human side of service engineering subsection there. But we have a good number of conferences in Asia that we support, both Japan, China, Korea, and other places in Asia. I don't think we have any in India yet, Vaishali. We probably should sponsor some annual conference in India. And I'm not sure that we have any in the Middle Eastern kind of region, but we got mostly Japan, China, a lot in Europe, a lot in the US. And we just try to highlight these conferences so people can get together locally. But let me pause. I've been talking a lot. Any questions for each other or about ISIP?
Does ISSIP organize conferences or just support? So is it something that we can organize any in this region, Europe, West
Great
Balkan?
question. Great question. We do mostly, like 95%, we just support other conferences because we're kind of an umbrella professional association. Individuals can join for free because we figure, they're already paying for ACM or IEEE membership. We don't want to charge them we're just an umbrella. And IEEE has conferences and ACM has conferences. So we tend to just support existing conferences. But the one area where we do local conferences, Dritten, is if an individual like you wants to start a regional chapter, either at the country level or regional city level, we encourage that. We don't provide a whole lot of support for it, so you'd kind of be on your own. But we do highlight those meetings in the newsletter. So if you and somebody else presented at a local regional Kosovo chapter of ISIP, it could get highlighted in the newsletter. And Michele Carroll, who is our executive director, if people watched that prep video, they saw her overview of ISIP. She started highlighting individual ISIP members on the front page, the home page of ISIP. So there's an opportunity for kind of like a spotlight on Dritten and his work that he's doing. So, and she's going to cycle that. I don't know how many we have limited budget, we have limited volunteer activity, so I don't know how many different people we'll be able to spotlight in a year, but those are the opportunities, Dritten, for conferences. Yeah.
Just think there's a way to introduce service science by maybe, I'm thinking loud now,
Yeah.
brainstorming, having a small conference where we invite universities from the region, and why not whoever can make it, and then there talk to them and present service science as a concept and model and a way to introduce at their university, and somehow to connect also practical world where, because now university, as we spoke and communicated on emails, they want to know, okay, so who will join this program, what for this program. Maybe a way to introduce all this question by inviting them through ISSIP, let's call it ISSIP conference, where these keynote speakers will be, and then get them there. And it's probably much easier in this way than to talk one by one with them and convince them.
maybe,
So
maybe.
just thinking loud, nothing.
Yeah.
Once I see opportunity, I would probably try to do something, but needs to be structured well. As you said, if I'm in my own, then needs to be very well thought. So to be successful, because if it's not successful, then it's also, it doesn't come well also toward the stakeholders that we approach.
Very good. Very good. I'll turn it over to Vaishali for the next few minutes while I check on my cat, who I hear is awake. And you probably can't hear it, but crying for some food. So I'm going to go take care of my cat for just 1 minute. I'll be listening.
Already with my cat.
Thanks, Jim. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Yeah. Thank you so much for all your introductions. I think I also posted the homepage for ISSIP. Other than the conferences, it has a lot of other options. Like, you can publish a book, you could collaborate with other people, find if there are, common fields, common themes that you either want to collaborate or you want to learn on, new areas that you may feel interested. So please go ahead and do that. I have also posted my LinkedIn profile. So did Jim. And if you feel there are other questions or any kind of, suggestions, recommendations that you have, feel free to reach out to us at any point in time. We have been working on this quarterly meeting since 2024, and we continue to welcome people, have them on the team. And most of us connect because we come either from IBM or some other, companies where it's, oh, I also work for IBM. I worked for IBM for almost 10 years in India, and now I'm in the US for like 15 plus years. So that's a little bit about my technical background or career background. Yeah.
Great.
Anything
Great.
else that anyone?
Well, I would be interested to check if I can transform to the book this framework and the
Absolutely. Yep.
PhD that I had. So
Yep.
let's see what can I do and how can I do it.
Yeah, written. There's a form on ISIP homepage. If you can go and find that form. If you're not able to find it, let Jim and I know about it. So you can fill out
Good.
the form. They will give you all the steps through that, and then you could, collaborate with the. I think that goes through a approval process. So if the topic is meaningful, if it aligns with what ISIP is doing, if it's got some potential to be, to be book publishing on the topics, then after that process is done, then they'll connect you with a publishing team, and then you can take it from there. So that would
Is
be.
it too much to ask if you can send me that link?
Oh, no, that's fine. So, Jim, I was telling the team about the people here about the other activities that ISIP has, like, book publishing, collaborating on other stuff, if they want to interact on different topics. So, about the link for the form that we have for your draft proposal or book proposal idea. See, Jim has already sent that there.
Already. Thank
Yep.
you, Jim.
Yep.
Yeah, it's somewhere
Yeah.
around that page on the website.
Yeah.
And
This is slightly updated website. It's fairly new. Yeah, it's almost been
Yeah.
a year, I guess. But yeah, that may be the link. So on ISIP, it's not so difficult. Go ahead and look at those involvements and you can participations that you have.
yeah, maybe,
Okay.
just to follow up, Dritten with uh, the questions that people might have. A lot of information is on the website, of course. Like under programs, that's where you find the publishing.
Yeah.
But there's other programs like the Mighty Me platform, which we encourage like T-shaped development. So if
Yeah.
you don't know
T-shape.
about
Yeah.
that, there's an annual recognition. This is very important. This is one of our major programs, an Excellence in Service Innovation Awards. These were the three winners this year. There's Impact to Society was the Don Norman Design Award. The Impact to Business was a Cisco AI Assistant. And Impact on Innovation was an innovative little Linux Foundation project that grew up for helping companies transform with AI, and then a lot of distinguished recognitions. But if you go to the news, this is where I would like recommend you check regularly. When you get the newsletter, a lot of the newsletter items are pulled from this news part of the ISIP website. Like these are two new volunteers. Um, Andrew Spanny, he is going to be leading our Global Ambassador program. but he also has a think tank where they publish on LinkedIn articles, a lot of about practical stuff about AI. This is Michael Turek. He's at University of Washington, Tacoma. He's leading our academic industry collaboration program for if your university has student team projects, sometimes we can find industry mentors. I'd also like to just recommend this. Twice a year, we have progress update with our board of directors. So if you want to meet, not just me and Vaishali, but you want to meet, who's on the board, who's the executive director, who's the president, the vice president of ISSIP. If you join this meeting, it's kind of a similar format to this. It's a discussion. It's not so much an introduction, but it's people discussing the various things that they're working on for ISSIP with the board of directors. And I'll just show you, if you click on that, there's a huge number of links, that talk about the recognition opportunities, leadership opportunities, speaking opportunities, all the different event series like ISSIP Live, AI as a service, T-shaped development. One of the big things we're working on is a for-fee. So usually ISSIP, everything's for free, but we are going to have a for-fee certification program because people have asked for that. They said, how do I become, certified as an ISSIP, International Society of Service Innovation Professional, Service Innovation Professional. So we're creating that. Volunteers are creating that. And there's other things as well. The book, you can see book author interviews here. This is a very interesting one about if you're in a product company, how it transforms to service. We do ask everybody to sign the code of conduct because, that's basically just we're nice to each other. But it's good to read that and agree to that. And then this is the summary of that progress update. So again, lots of resources under, just scrolling through the news. You'll find, this is a new ISSIP Student Innovation Award program. So Taran, maybe
Yeah,
some of your students could win an innovation award. And this is a
yeah,
very, yeah,
why not? Why not, Jim?
why not?
Jim, what inspired you the creation of ISSIP organization?
Haha. I'm glad you asked because Kevin Clark, he interviewed me recently, and I'll put this into I'll put it into the chat. He interviewed me about the creation of ISSIP. So there's a whole interview of me that was just made like a month ago, Taran. And the
Mhm.
spark was, I'm going to stop sharing. So I was an executive at IBM, and the spark was 60% of IBM's revenue, 60%, the majority, was coming from our service business. And I was in IBM research. I was actually CTO of our venture capital group too. And the head of IBM research said, we have great innovation for hardware. We have great innovation for software. Nobody knows what service innovation is. Jim Spohrer, that's your job. create create the service innovation area, and not just me. There were others, of course, but that became my mission in 2002, Tehran, and we grew it to 300 IBM researchers out of 3,000. So 10% of IBM research was focused on figuring out service innovation. And that's when we got involved and we discovered that service innovation isn't just technology innovation. Yes, it's got a technology innovation component, but it's got a business model component. It's got a social regulatory component because service systems are complex. And so one of my colleagues from Berkeley in the United States said, the only way you're going to be able to create service innovation professionals is to create a new discipline, just like IBM helped create computer science. You've got to create service science. And so that became our mission. And when we created the service science area, we decided we needed a professional association, but it had to be an umbrella professional association. So I know that's a long story, Taran, but you asked. It was because of IBM.
Yeah. So it means that you began this journey 2002, yes? From
Yeah,
2002.
yeah, over 2 decades. I was much younger then. And my hair wasn't all
Mm.
white. But but it's an important mission for the world because, service is what connects us. It's like, you as an individual provide service. That's how we live. But businesses are service systems and nations are service systems. So if you see that abstraction that individuals, businesses, universities are service systems. So when you start seeing the whole world as service systems, you say, my gosh, we've got to learn how to improve these. We've got to learn how to operate them. We have to learn how to transform them. When some other service system has a better way, we should transform. And then we have to be able to innovate. So all of that, what we call run, transform, and innovate. And what we discovered very early on, and it's in some of the foundational papers, Taran, is that we need T-shaped people who have breadth across. Oh, that's my cat Petey. He's chasing us. Um, we have breadth across technology, business, and social science. So a good service innovation professional has to be able to communicate across all those broad areas. So the broad part of the T is your communication ability. But because people have limited time, you have to be deep somewhere. Maybe you're deep in the technology part, maybe you're deep in the business part, maybe you're deep in the social science part, but you have to be able to work together. And
Yes.
yeah. So anyway, sorry for the long.
No, thank you. Thank you for great response. Thank you, Jim.
So, Jim, I had
I
one more
hope that made
question.
sense.
So,
Yeah.
how do we like get more involved and like stay connected with the community? Like, do we have any Slack group or like any kind of other ways of communicating with like the members and the other collaborators of the community?
Yes, we do have a Slack group, and I will invite you directly after this. If you could, Nikon, I'll follow up with you directly since you asked about Slack. I actually prefer Slack interactions because we're doing a lot of automation for ISSIP, and Slack helps us do the automation. So I'll get you in there. I just want to make sure we're connected on LinkedIn. If you could send me a
Yeah, I'll
connection.
send you the connection request to you and Vaishali. I couldn't
Okay.
send like a very good personalized invite because of the LinkedIn number of characters.
Oh, okay. That's all right. That's all right. I'll accept it. I got your name now. So normally I tell people make sure you include a message that says ISIP or something. But since we're talking and getting introduced on this quarterly welcome, I'll know to accept it. And yeah, I'm one of those strange people that only accepts LinkedIn connections. Oh, it looks like my internet's unstable. I just got a message. I hope you heard that. But I can get you involved in the Slack. Drayton, I think you're already on the Slack. Is that correct? Drayton? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
The Slack, still getting used to it. I see that I delay with some messages because I didn't use before.
Yeah.
And until I get used to it, I saw that Julie, who was in servicing, she replied. So trying to get much more used to Slack.
Yeah, it's another communication channel. But Taran, do you want to be on the Slack as well? Okay.
At once I've been, but uh, during a time I didn't use. Now again, come back for being active on ISIP group. So I want to hear news from you. That's why
Okay.
again we'll restart this.
Okay. Yeah, it's optional to be on the Slack, but um the Slack has different channels of communication. There's a general thing that usually gets picked up for the newsletter. It is a little more extra work because it's one more place you have to look for messages, and people have to get used to it and comfortable with it. But when you do start working heavily on a particular project, then it's better than email because you can go back and forth and share documents and it's all in one place. You can scroll back and get the history and easily, and it's kind of more focused. So there are some advantages of Slack. Yeah. Well, it looks like we've got 5 minutes left, and I think we've heard from everyone, which is great. I want to thank everybody so much for.
Yeah, I mean, one more question, Jim.
Sure.
You mentioned that you were in venture as a part of IBM.
Yes, I was the CTO of I was the founding CTO of the venture capital group. My career has been mostly founding things. So I helped found the venture capital group at IBM. Why did I do that? Because there was this internet bubble, and where IBM was losing some of our smartest people to startups. And in a meeting, I said, if startup companies think stealing our people is the best way they can get value from IBM, they don't understand the power of IBM. And the next thing I knew, I was CTO of our venture capital group, explaining to venture capitalists and startups, you don't want to steal our people, you want our help getting your customers, and we can help scale you into our customer base. So that was how I ended up with that job. And it was very exciting for a while, right? The internet bubble, and there were startups everywhere, and IBM put 800 million into venture capitalists to be limited partners.
Wow.
So that was very exciting. But that was way back in 99, 2000. Yeah.
But how, since ISSIP also by the name is service, innovation, and all that, so how can, if someone, in my case, I did the presentation with the safeguard that I presented, which is completely my concept, my idea. What if some professionals here, or academics, have such a concepts idea for innovation, for service innovation? Could ISSIP serve as a platform to present to possible venture capitalists?
Probably not, and I'll tell you why. We don't have very many venture capitalists that are part of the ISSIP community. It would be great if we did, but we don't. The best way that I've seen startup ideas get use from the ISSIP platform is submit to the Excellence Award annually. The deadline is December 31st, and we've had many startups like that I for AI. They're a startup, and they submitted, and they won actually a award for impact on innovation, because they've got a very innovative approach using open source. That's kind of a model for how to be innovative with open source. So I would say, if you want the attention of venture capitalists, it's nice to be able to say, my startup idea won an ISSIP Excellence Award, right?
Yeah, great.
And then they say, well, who's ISSIP? And it's a bunch of, but we have people on our strategy council from NVIDIA. I should mention that when we started ISSIP, Cisco was a partner with IBM. Cisco was equally important as IBM when we started ISSIP in 2012. They provided leadership, funding, brilliant ideas about smart service systems. And it looks like somebody's joining us in the last 1 minute of the hello, JC. We're just wrapping up today's quarterly welcome and introductions, but I just want to see if there's any last questions. Thank you for those questions, Dritten.
Maybe too much. I was involved. Sorry, maybe.
No. You're
whatever is left through the group.
You're highly engaged. We enjoy highly engaged members. All right, I think we're going to wrap it up. Bran, I see you joined. We're wrapping up, but if you want to give a quick 2-minute introduction of yourself, who you are, where you're from, what your interest is in ISSIP, I can certainly stick around. I know others may have to leave. But hi, Bran.
Hi, Jim. Sorry, I'm not sure if I joined at the right time, but I'm joining at the Singapore time at the moment. So, right.
Oh, you're an IBM. You're from Singapore.
Yeah. It was
IBM.
written 9 p.m. Singapore. So, right. Okay, just a quick introduction.
Oh, did I have the time?
Yeah.
Did I have the time in the, oh, sorry, my mistake.
Yeah,
So,
it was in the email, so no worries, no worries. I will just look at the recording later. Right.
okay. But do you
Yeah.
want to just say a quick hello?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's yeah. Hi Jim and everybody. My name is Bran. Currently, I'm based in Bangkok at the moment. I'm currently working with a speech and debate academy for young learners as a head of operations at the moment. Yeah, so I have been involved in service design and the operational efficiency areas of profession. So yeah, it's nice meeting you, and I hope to involve in the ISSIP even more. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for that quick introduction. We'll certainly, there'll be other opportunities to get uh, together, but speech and debate is hugely important for the younger critical thinking. The younger generation in the AI era has to be able to know the facts, critically debate. So it's wonderful what you're doing, Bran. We'll go ahead and call it a meeting. I'll get this uploaded. We'll send the material around. Please connect with us on LinkedIn, Vaishali and I, and Nikon. I've got the and Taryn. I'll get you involved in the ISSIP Slack as well. Thanks,
Okay.
everyone.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye for
Looking
now.
forward for next meeting.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.